In this video, I will prove definitively that the underlying cause of this situation and every major problem related to race, politics, finance, societal ills, etc., is a result of anti-Christian or non-black African philosophies. Think of pro and con, risks and benefits, product, production, reproduction. The idea is to do it in a way that's pro. Conduct, right? You're automatically thinking negatively. I'm watching your conduct to convince you. It's a negative idea, right? Not province, it's convince. It's like, look, are you convinced yet, buddy? You know, it's a Roman idea, Latin-based ideas. These things have to do with the Roman, Greco-Roman culture and where they were, and you know, how it was intensified by Viking culture. And the dragons are the Vikings, so to speak, who were set free. When you put it into context and you see how the different European priests and monks were afraid of Vikings killing them, and of course they eluded them and did horrible things to them. And I'm not saying Christians were always right, or the people who were calling themselves Christians right. So let's look at the facts. 15 witnesses, it's a no-brainer. Right there, you can't say that I'm crazy without saying, without saying all 15 other people are crazy as well. And you also have to look at the fact that I have video recordings of them communicating to me. And you have to look at people, you know, doing their old behaviors. They're up to their old tricks, right? COINTELPRO, KKK, Artichoke, Bluebird, Scottish Rite, funding MK Ultra. That's in the introduction, I believe, in the book CIA Doctors. Okay? Put into context. These people want you to shrink. As clinical psychologists and psychotherapists are also called shrinks because it is commonly understood that mental health collaborates not only with the community and the white establishment and the Jewish financiers, but with each other and racists in other networks as well. And I know for a fact that families of different hate groups and different gang members and so on work in mental health. And that by itself does not mean that they should be fired or arrested. The way things work needs to change, okay? That is the simplest fix. And people who have been contributing, they should pay a fine. And everybody should have increased wages. The money should be redistributed in a way that is Christian and not communist. The drugs, which are truly the opiates of the masses. You know, Karl Marx was basically a secret society dog who was drugging people behind the scenes with his secret society network, saying religion was the opiate of the masses, right? And working with the British, right, with the opium empire. You know, they think you're stupid, right? I'm going to convince you, you know, and any historian, which I usually see these feeble guys who teach history, right? Why isn't it a manly black man, for instance? Well, these are the types of cowards who are pushovers, right? Teachers, look at your teachers. They're all pushovers, you know? So anyway, so you get 400 years of slavery and conditioning. They say blacks they want to make them strong, right? We're going to breed them to be strong. Breed out the agility and focus on the shorter blacks and the stronger blacks. So we have a chance to compete with them and turn history and switch history in a way that when you look around, you'll say, oh, the whites were these mighty warriors and they were the real Egyptians. And of course, somewhere along the way, the plan failed and they decided it was best to just give black people their history back and use ISIS and stuff to destroy the evidence of the Kushite contribution to civilization, which is very hard to destroy unless you control whole departments of science at Ivy League schools and have clubs like Berzelius Society that focus on chemistry and drugging people and propaganda, you know, scrolling key, controlling your perception of who you are. Oh wait, they do, right? Yeah, they're bitches. So again, I go on and on about the difference between actual combat skills, you know, and fighting. Let's see. Let me see. Let me grab some flowers. Here we go. Yes. So let me just show you real quick. The other day, I didn't do that great of a move, you know, so I'm going to try to make up for it right now, just briefly. Show you the difference is fighting skills is we're dancing around, doom, 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 doom. We're dancing around the fire, for example, like Zulu warriors, not knowing what animal is going to come. Now, when you make a lot of noise, like howling, it is a way to communicate to nature that you're there. I'd go as far as to say a lot of predators don't come around because of the noise I make when I do martial arts. For the same reason, a lot of cowards who are spiritual predators and parasites don't want to accept my challenge. You understand? Okay. Da! 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 Okay. So the point is, on a moment's notice, I can apply deadly, ferocious speed. So say a lion jumps in, right? I can now protect my tribe. Okay? And it's the same thing when you're dealing with guerrilla war. The white man's doing this chemical war, all this war. We can tell by how much we're affected, by how agile we are. Who's the first to notice? He is the agile martial artist who puts the emphasis on actual combat, not being a big fat idiot who doesn't know when he's drugged because he's guzzling beer half the time. I mean, come on, you might think that I'm just throwing this out there, but we all know it's true. The bull, Romans having heavy armor, American troops having heavy armor, versus the guys who ride camels or horses who are quick and shoot at them and shoot rocket launchers, right? Now the terrorists, because of the secret society infiltration of their movement, are in the wrong. But America is also a terrorist entity in the wrong. The answer is to return to sacred morality and Christianity. Context, convince. Okay, conduct. Contraceptive. Okay? Don't you see how these things are connected? This is fucking war. And I don't know about you. And again, I don't need any medicine. I'm a martial artist in control. And at times, I express that in a controlled manner on 15 acres on a private road in the middle of nowhere, where my mom, who I've proven is out of touch and in denial, far worse than most white women are, because of her miseducation, which is the problem with women and feminists especially, in general, generally speaking. Some women are good, but they're not men, so they don't really have a voice. But within men, we see the fire of God instead of hellfire. We see the light of God instead of the Luciferian moonlight of gender feminist Greco-Romans who want to pretend that their philosophy is closer to African philosophy than mine. You look at me in the eyes and you tell me that the Igbo philosophy isn't patriarchal and isn't truer to African nature than some kind of Greco-Roman philosophy like communism, secular humanism, and other anti-African, anti-human nature, anti-nature, deny the supernatural or redefine it in a way that makes the white man look good philosophy. You know that, and I know that, and I'm not going to let them do what they're doing, no matter what. I shall return, and I will make you pay in the spiritual world. And when no one's around, and how effective you can spiritually strike with your spiritual energy is all that matters, you look me in the eyes and tell me that the grappling spirit that you've cultivated is going to give you the upper hand if you follow the spiritual and intangible heritage of your people, culture, group, temple, or what have you. You tell me that. And then you tell me that it's okay to let them take the most beautiful women from the prince and men that are meant to be fruitful and multiply. They are a fruit fly. I am a hawk. Which one do you think is meant to have dominion over the earth? A maggot, a rat? Or the lion that doesn't roar, that doesn't sell out the poor just because he has the same skin head mentality and the same skin? Doesn't make it right, that I'm sure. Da! 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 I'm the top. And things like that are the reason why they know they should hide. Strategy, speed, and physical contact. Think like a leopard. We even dress like leopards. I even got a stuffed animal baby leopard to get it through your head that this makes me the top martial artist. Not running your mouth on some liberal gender feminist news channel. The day that anything to do with martial arts gets watered down by liberal ideas of equality, feminism, globalism, multicultural bullshit is the day it loses it. None of these guys are martial artists. I'm the only one. That by itself, being brave, the bravest, actually fighting for the people, doesn't even allow them to really call themselves a martial artist, but a practitioner of what they see as a lost art. because it's not in their blood, so it's lost to them. They're just mimicking the source. So all the people who didn't start martial arts are watching the people that did, who beat them historically. They can't beat me even if $100,000 is slapped in their face, and we're back down to 4,000 because they're drugging me on record. They even scammed me, so to speak, or they use their surveillance state to extort me. Not extort me, but to do fraud, bank fraud. I don't deal with this stuff that much because I'm an honest man. Okay, they basically rip me off for money, and the bank reimbursed me, and you know how that goes. The credit card fraud and the credit card scam and however the fuck those sniveling behind the scenes bitches did it. They did everything they could, even tried to sabotage how much money I will potentially make to lower them out so they could say, hey, 100,000 or 50,000, 4,000 isn't that much. They've been trying to quote unquote train me with their inferior philosophy that was expelled naturally. How dare you, after all these years, after you're expelled naturally, pretend that your philosophy is naturally superior to those who naturally expelled you? Everything you say, so help me God, is what the non-lion, the piss ant, the fire ant, the hedgehog, the maggot, the rat says to the lion. And if you are black too, it's what the roaring lion, who is the symbol of the devil in the Bible, says to the man who roars with righteous indignation, the leopard that will outmaneuver him too. And have a field day. Anytime you pussies want to accept my challenge, please. Until then, please stop disgracing your ancestors, because we're all related. And it pisses me off that my distant relatives, even if they might be another color, are being disgraced when they can't stick up for themselves by cheating cowards like you, who my ancestors were gracious enough to bless with systems that your ancestors, hand-me-down type motherfuckers, passed on to you. Generation after generation. And this is how you repay us. Afro-Asiatic. You take the average Wesley Snipes and you breed them with a fucking Asiatic, and you tell me they don't look like something like me. How dare you pretend you started martial arts? Look at me, motherfucker. You're hiding from me! Not the other way around, because the leopard hunts. The pissant, the maggot, and everyone else hides in fucking caves. And again, I'm not going to hurt myself or anyone else. But I live in a small white town where everyone's jealous. I may as well be in Mississippi with a bunch of Santa Clara County cops as Mississippi state troopers or some bitch shit, whatever you pigs call yourself these days. Okay? I'm the fucking top. And all you pussies in Santa Clara County, gangsters, cops, tough guys, bodybuilders alike, are going to be forced to respect that until they kill me in an underhanded way, or they drug me until you beat me to death or kill me or something. But until then, you bitch, it is the reign of Haru! That is martial arts tradition, and I have already proven it. Again, I'm not going to hurt myself or anyone else. But what do you think I'm going to do if they threaten my life and try to attack me? I'll tell you this. I'm not going to not defend myself masterfully. Thank you. Consider that a legal warning or something. It's a bad idea, and I do not take responsibility for anyone who's stupid enough to fucking, in a racist white rage or a fucking pissant fucking state of mind, approach me and get their heart cut open after I rip it out their fucking chest. And again, just because I say it like that, because I'm not a pussy little liberal punk-ass effeminate cop like you, doesn't mean you should warn me about how I talk. Just because I'm not a white hippie liberal from fucking Santa Cruz saying, bro, peace, peace, man, doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with you pussies who sit there talking about peace while they're soft killing us. It's like they're raping your wife, taking all your women, killing the kids, and you're saying, dude, just roll with it, man. Take some drugs, peace, and I'm supposed to respect you? You fucking liberal, fucking progressive, eugenicist supporting dog, you controlled motherfucker, you corporate shell, you and you and you. Again, I yell because the subject matter is serious, and I'm a black man being oppressed by whites who don't want to admit that they cannot beat me in sparring. Am I challenging them to a fight to the death? Am I even saying meet me in the park and throw fisticuffs? Am I even saying let's go in the cage and fight with thongs and pretend like it's not gay as hell? No, I'm saying sparring. And nobody has been injured, not even a fucking black eye. Piggy, no criminal record, be gone. You are wrong, you lost, like your ancestors.